So after that, in a traditional 5-on-5 Elimination Survivor Series tag team match, we had Ryback, the Usos, and Lucha Dragons against Sheamus, King Barrett, and the New Day. And like I said at the start of the show, it's so mind-boggling to me that they didn't even bother to announce who was involved in either match before they had them. In either match, not even the freaking kickoff match did they announce the participants or the one of the actual show. We didn't even know we were going to have one on the show. The only time, it had been removed from the website a few times. It was ridiculous. It was teased at one point, and it was taken off the website, and Michael Cole alluded to it on the kickoff show, but by that point, it's way too late. Like, what the fuck are you doing? These are one of the biggest parts about the Survivor Series pay-per-views. And I'm a traditionalist. I'm an old-school fan. I wasn't, watching in the 80s or anything like that, but I feel I'm more old school in my views of wrestling, I guess, if that makes any sense. And I just feel like, this match has been an integral part of this pay-per-view dating back to 1987 when the event was originated. And even still, they go back 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before Rollins got hurt, we had that great 5-on-5 elimination tag team match on Raw, which probably should have happened at the pay-per-view. But anyway, leading up to that match, if you can recall, on that episode of Monday Night Raw, they showed various recaps of the most notable 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series tag team matches over the past 2.5 decades. We had the very first one with the Honky Tonk Man and Macho Man Randy Savage's team, I'm pretty sure it was, in 87. Then they showed clips from the one in 2005 between Team Raw and Team SmackDown when the brand split still meant something. And then they showed clips of last year, like the main event from last year. It's not like the 5-on-5 traditional elimination tag team match has meant nothing over the last 10 years. It took the main event slot of last year's pay-per-view. They sold a freaking pay-per-view on one of those matches. And granted, the Authority's jobs were on the line. John Cena and his teammates, or maybe just the teammates, their jobs were on the line, so they weren't just going into it cold. I get that. But still, it ended the show for the first time in, I think, 9 years or something like that. We had a traditional, in 8 or 9 years anyway, we had a traditional elimination tag team match in the main event. Now on this show, we didn't even know who was going to be in it. And I really honestly think that hurt this match a lot. I did not care who won. I like the Usos. I like Ryback. I love Ryback. I love the Lucha Dragons. I like Sheamus. I like Barrett. I like the New Day. But I just couldn't bring myself to care about this match. Barrett, unsurprisingly, was taken out pretty quickly. After I think he took out Sin Cara, or maybe Sheamus. I'm pretty sure it was Sheamus who took out Sin Cara. And then Sin Cara got taken out. Jimmy Uso got taken out. And then the New Day, Big E got eliminated by the Usos. And the New Day just walked off. So that was kind of disappointing. And I could see them getting heel heat for it, but it did nothing for the match itself. And then in the end, it was Ryback versus Jey Uso, Ryback and Jey Uso and Kalisto versus Sheamus. And I've had a few people ask me on Twitter over the last couple days, why didn't you think it made sense to do a 3-on-1 scenario? Did you just want Sheamus to beat them all? No, I'm not saying I wanted Sheamus. The fact the guy was made to look like a complete puss before he went in to cash in and become WWE World Heavyweight Champion at the end of the night and on this show, and in this match, he gets pinned by Ryback of all people. And I love Ryback, but he just beat technically the World Heavyweight Champion. Who hasn't beaten Sheamus in the last couple of months? But that's another rant for later on in the show. I just thought, not to say that Sheamus should have won here, but just the 3-on-1 handicap booking of it. Like, why would you book yourself in a situation where it's 3 baby faces versus 1 heel? Like, it makes no sense. It's not even like one of those situations where you want to see the heel get their ass kicked, because Sheamus gets his ass kicked every single week. Like, why do I care to see him overcome the odds? It was the wrong story to tell. The wrong people were in the match. I didn't care. It was cool to see Ryback and Kalisto get thrown a bone for once. I just didn't care. And it did nothing to help Sheamus either. The guy went in to cash in and become a champion. I get that, but before that, the guy was a loser. He still is a loser until they can turn his booking around. And I just hate, and I can see why it worked a couple years ago, but I just hate when they have the Money in the Bank holders lose and 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 lose, and then cash in and think it's going to be a total surprise. It wasn't a surprise. It was probably the most predictable path, the most predictable path they could have ever taken, and it boggles my mind. Just boggles my mind. Sheamus, it does these guys no favors to have them lose and lose and lose, and then to cash in shocking fashion. People just look at him like a loser holding a meaningless title.